Pleasant day to my students in Layer 4, and here we are again with another episodes of our video recorded lectures under chapter 3 police operations. This time we will deal with in specific with the types of police operations. Episode 21. So as explained, operations, the picture says in here that the police officer is moving. So for your information, this is a training for SWAT, first training for SAF Commando and Sharpshooters training, wherein the police officer is on the move. Now, on the move because police operation is actually the result, the byproduct of a certain formula wherein you combine the police planning and the police action. And then here comes your police operations. That is the formula for police operations. So if we say police operations, it means that there is a police activity. So masyado namang lousy kung sabihin mong activity, but then you should say police operations because the police are working on something which is in relation to their work. As long as it is in relation to their work, it would mean it is a police operation. So, you know already, that's the formula. Again, episode 21 is not included in the notes that I have provided, and I would expect that you would also have a transcribe on this one. So it is also a secret message and exclusively to those who would listen on this particular presentation or slide. So let's get going. Police operations are categorized as follows: public safety operations, which includes search, rescue, and retrieval operations, fire drills, earthquake drills, and similar operations that promote public safety. Okay, so take note of the word that promote public safety. And then how would we define public safety? As long as the people are safe and no injury would happen or might happen, that would be categorized as public safety operations. So kani sa pagkaron, the Pro 8 means Police Regional Office 8 deploys another 100 SAR. SAR means search and rescue personnel. So they are trained nga moadto sa baybay para mo tabang sa mga nasalanta. So earthquake drills and fire drills are also common to you because I believe that you are doing that every month or weekly basis. So it is considered as a public safety operations as long as it promotes the safetyness and eliminates the chance of being people being subjected to injury. It is considered as a public safety operations. Road clearing operations, okay, traffic operations are public safety. Kung di ka mahibong nganong na yung mga police bisag dili na trabaho nila, naglimpyo sila kanal. So is that a public safety? Yes, it is a public safety because kung magbaha mabutang sa injury ang mga tao. So mo nang ilang limpyuhan ng mga kanal. So ilang limpyuhan ng mga sagbot sa kadalanan. So it is considered as a public safety operation. If there's a bloodletting, it is also public safety operation. Bloodletting activity, bloodletting is a public safety operation. Nga naman, it still promote public safety. Nga naman, og dugo, may injury ang sa katao. And what happens if it is a community of people is in danger of losing blood? Then you would have also a pool of police officers na pwede mag-donate o dugo. Okay? So that would be the public safety operations. Take note of the criteria. As long as it promotes public safety, it means a public safety operations. Next is your law enforcement operation, and this includes the service of warrant of arrest. So you can name you can name a lot of operations pertaining to law enforcement because this is the heart and soul of being a police officer. The law enforcement operation, it means the law enforcer mo ka, you always expected to do the law enforcement operation, di ba? tagapagpatupad ka ng batas, alagad ka ng batas. So nagitawag diha nga implementation of search warrant and enforcement of visitorial powers of the Chief Philippine National Police. So unsa may bud pasabot anong visitorial powers? So maglibot ka sa usa ka establishment na ay authority ang mga leaders sa organization to visit someone, to visit a business establishment, a resort, or any building as long as it is aligned with the Constitution, to visit their establishment. And if found out that there are certain violations, if there is found out that there are criminals out there, they can immediately arrest them without the benefit of warrant under the personal knowledge doctrine or the warrantless arrest. And then just not to confuse you, technically law enforcement operation starts with a valid search warrant, a valid warrant of arrest. Depending upon the kind of operation, it can be an operation on anti-illegal gambling, logging, fishing, kidnapping, cybercrime. Because there is a subject on this matter na sa kalugar, na sa person nga priso og dakpunon, which is the subject of the enforcement of that law or the statute. Now, in our example, kani taga Southern Leyte. So, he is the number 7 provincial most wanted person. Okay? So, by the way, it might came out in the board exam, ha? And I would ask this one. What is the meaning of PUPC? So, PUPC means person under police custody. So, muna siyang mga terminologies. So, I want you to remember that PUPC means police under police custody. Dili na najabutangan og detainee. Di na kuno pwede gamiton ng word mo na ng bagong term. PUPC. PUPC or PUPC. So depende na person under police custody. So if some person is arrested, it is considered as a law enforcement operation conducted by our law enforcement agents. Okay? So that would be the effect of that. That would be the effect of your operation. Anti-illegal logging. Sige, dito ta. Drugs, drogas. All kinds of prohibited drugs. Take note, illegal drugs. Gambling, all forms of gambling. What makes a gambling illegal? First, if it does not have a permit. Second, if the one who operates are criminals. So muna siya mga rason nga nung na mga gambling nga bawal. Pero na permit kani sa mayor, na permit sa mga munisipyo, it is not an illegal gambling. And that is why also kanong mga talitari is considered as illegal gambling. Why? Because there is no permit on that. Although they are same as although parehas lagi buhat unta namuwang, pero tungod kay wa sila permit o mga clearances, nahimo siyang illegal because of the principle of mala prohibita. There's no evil in it, but the law prohibits it. That's why it is a violation of the law. Then you can have anti-illegal logging. So anong what are those instances nga mag-illegal logging man? First, you are cutting the wrong tree. You are cutting a marine protected sanctuary, or so we say forest. So if na declaration, na resolution, so money situation, no? Illegal gambling, way permit, way rehistro. Illegal logging, naggabas ka sa lugar nga forest. Ay mong chinso, way lisensya, way rehistro. Ikaw pod, way authority, dili imuhang lugar, imuhang gigabsan. So mo na siya yung mga kuan. And then illegal, imuhang kahoy nga giputol. So those are the instances na mahitabo ka na ay illegal logging. So illegal fishing, what are those instances that there's illegal fishing? You are using a prohibited net, not prescribed size. You are using prohibited equipment or gadgets or techniques in order to catch fish. At the same time, there's also illegal fishing when the vessel you are using in catching fish is not registered to the BFAR or marina. At the same time, you possess a certain equipment which devastates the natural wildlife, or so we say the ecosystem of the fishes, schools of fish. Okay, so you can have that. Anti-carnapping. So what are the elements of anti-carnapping? It is stealing or getting a vehicle to anyone's possession without its consent. although if even it started with consent but you failure to return it on your prescribed time, it is considered as kidnapping. And then you can have anti-kidnapping. Well, you know already. When can you say that there's a kidnapping? By the way, kidnapping, dapat bata na ba kay kid? No, it is not the way it is. Any person can be charged, can be a victim of kidnapping regardless of his or her age. Now, anti-cybercrime, it means crimes committed through internet or through use of electronic communications equipment. So you can have that also in operations. And other similar operations intended to enforce the law. And you can have also law enforcement operation combined with public safety operations, especially in the surge of the pandemic way back 2020. Pwede nimo i-combine ang law enforcement at the same time public safety operations, because ang kinsa ang wa mag-mask, kinsa ang wa mag-quarantine, pwedeng dakpo nimo at the same time pwede po nimo imbestigahan. Now, in insurgency internal security operations, this include counterinsurgency operations. So if you say counterinsurgency and counter-terrorist group, you hunt them, you find them in the mountains. Mo na mo operate mo na gitawag sa inyong mga senior nga bulldoze. And then when you go bulldoze, makakita mo mga kampo sa mga NPA, makakita mo mga detachment dito, diin nga makakuha mo og mga susama mga landmines, di ba? Landmines. Kaya ang sugan na makabuslot mo ng nagigtang kinigira. And then mga TNT detonate, so mga bomba. So tanawa lang, they are master on this. So in internal security operations, you will always find camps, you will always find kanilang tamakanan sa pagkaon. So in order for them to be paralyzed with their operation. So di apod sa ka top ranking NPA commander sa Northern Samar, patay bod. So mo na siya mga consequences, mo na siya mga effects ug mag internal security operations ka. Take note of the word internal security, meaning Pilipino laban sa Pilipino. Kaya nagkalain-lain ra mga advokasya. So internal security operations can be categorized as a minor combat operation and a major combat operations. Minor combat operation would only last for 3 to 5 days. Nara sila yung mga specific ng barangay nga tuon specific targets. And if we say major combat operation, which happens normally 3 months, you will just be on the camp of any soldier or if any police officer or staff, wherein you would always continue to operate. Yeah. So, ano siya may tabo until mahuman yung turno. So, ano siya ang mandatory sa mga police karon nga bagong panahon. So, we have also here the special police operation, and if special police operations, it requires specialized training on the peculiarity of the mission of purpose. Just like this one, they are the CDM contingent. CDM stands for Civil Disturbance Management Operations. Kana magrally-rally. And this one happens in Boracay. When Boracay was shut down because of hugaw siya ang mga sewages, sakto pag lubong o pagbutang sa saktong lugar, gipasarado siya sa presidente. And then as expected, daghang mo palag, daghang mo kontra. That's why they create a CDM team to anticipate the possible commotion with the civilian pertaining to the closure of Boracay. So mo nilang gibuhat. So this is considered as a special police operation because these men here has specialized training in CDM. At the same time, probably martial arts. Okay. Now, intelligence operation, this is a very important part of any operation because you cannot operate if you do not have an advanced thinking, and there is no other way, and there is no other perfect way for you to have a perfect and advanced thinking, but by having intelligence, monitoring, or espionage pertaining to your target. You need to be an observant, you need to have experience, you need to have information related, gathering information. They say that it is a pure talent. They say that it is a pure blessing if you have that ability to have a blend intelligence, to counter surveillance, to know the people around you. So you should develop that. and then it's considered as intelligence operations. That's why there's what you call the covert operative and then resident agents, because there are a lot of things um, you need to observe. You need to identify whether or not it is a friend or ally or illegal or not illegal or not doing illegal activities. So muna siya is surveillance operations. Intelligence operations is important in your law enforcement operation, at the same time public safety operations, because it gives you the idea. It is a different idea also, of course, with the data given by crime mapping system, because the intelligence operations gives you the deep down definition, the deeper meaning, the in-depth reasons behind the existence of that matter, and such a way that you would have a clear grasp of what to expect and what to plan in the future. Investigation operation is a very it is an ancient, or shall we say, karaan na nga operation sa police officer. And then if we go with ancient police operation, we are now saying that we are doing something that needs to be done. Needs to be done because the criminal already gone. You need to identify his identity based on the available facts and circumstances. And if you have the idea on how to do it, then you can file the case in court. So investigation and similar activities, meaning you try to interrogate person to person, witness to witness, star witness to star witness, in connection with the sequential order of events during the crime scene. That's why there's what you call a crime scene reconstruction, in order to para makasubay ang atong investigator ug asa hisod, asa napita ang mga questionable nga part sa scenario. So that is what you call the investigation operation. But then it does not mean that those who are assigned investigation are only those who are capable or should do that. There are police stations na magbahin sila, and then they would have a respect on every investigator. They would help them in doing so. Okay? So, muna siya. And then you have the scene of the crime operation. Scene of the crime, so ito naman dagan naman nakita ninyo. So you are doing evidence collection with the crime scene at hand. So if you collect evidence, you know already what is the proper protocol. So more or less, these people are licensed criminology students, at the same time licensed chemist, pharmacist, or any applied science. Take note of forensic science ila. So they would believe on science rather than the witnesses' testimony. So if you have time, you can apply for this quota. Okay, so those are the kinds of operation. Awa na lang gapi lang gitawag nga IO. It means information operation. I want you to write it down as you write it down in your transcribe kaning mga discuss na ho. Information operation would simply mean that there are advertisement propaganda also released by the Community and Affairs Division Unit for purposes of countermeasures against the black propaganda given by the New People's Army, the CPP, and NDF. CPP, NPA, and NDF. So, mayroon sila ang NPA nga police mamatay tao, mayroon na po ang Information Operation Officer, mayroon na po sila mga NPA mamatay tao. So, you get the point. Ilang gikontra kato mga statements sa usa ka tao nga alliance sa NPA. So that is the purpose of the scene of the crime, the Information Operation Officer, which is also part of the operations that we are dealing about. Okay, so that would be your types of police operations in its in-depth meaning. As we go along, we'll discuss this one by one, at the same time steps and procedures on this matter. So I hope you are listening very well. I hope you understand the concepts that I am trying to impart with you. And then as per instruction, as per guidance, I want you to have a transcribe with me, because not all that I have given to you with your notes is included in this discussion. So sa kanin pa lamang episode 21 and episode 20 is another dimension which you are required to do the transcribe in order for me to ensure that you are really watching the videos. I hope. kay nag-reflect naman na sa inyo ang mga grados. So I hope you learned something, and have a nice day to all of you. Thank you very much for listening.